Stop. Look at your watch. Watch that second hand tick. Tick, tick, tick. You think that ticking is time, right? You think it's real. Well, what if I told you that 2500 years ago, one man discovered that the thing you are looking at doesn't actually exist? Einstein said time is relative, but he was late to the party because ancient texts from the Abhidhamma, the higher science of the Buddha, didn't just say time was relative. He discovered it was a mental trick, a hallucination. And today, I'm going to prove it to you, not with religion, but with math. We base our entire lives on the rotation of this rock we live on. We think a day is a solid thing. But here is the problem. Science confirms the earth actually wobbles. It rotates irregularly. The length of a day fluctuates by fractions of a second every year. So if we base time on a wobbling planet, then our ruler is broken. It's not a steel ruler, it's a rubber band. So if the clock is a lie, where does time actually live? Try to touch the past or to go back in the past. You can't. It's just a memory. It's a ghost somewhere in your neural network. Okay, try to touch the future. You can't. It hasn't happened. It's just an imagination. So that leaves the present, the now. Surely that exists, right? Try to catch it. Snap your fingers. By the time you heard that snap, it was already gone. It was already history. The moment your brain processed the sound, the now had already died. This is the adversity of reality. You are always living in the past, even right now. You aren't hearing my voice in the present. You are hearing a record of a vibration from a millisecond ago. To understand this, visualize a pen drawing a line on a blank sheet of paper. The white paper ahead, that's the future, blank. The ink trail behind, that's the past, cannot erase. But look at the very tip of the pen, the exact point where the metal ball touches the fiber of the paper. That tiny friction point is the present. And the scary part, you can never stay there. The pen must keep moving. The moment ink hits paper, it becomes the past. This is where the ancient Abhidhamma gets spooky. We think reality flows like oil, smooth, continuous. But the Buddha said no. He said reality is like the still frames of a movie reel. A movie looks smooth, right? But if you pause it, it's just frozen frames. Flash, flash, flash. In modern physics, we call this the Planck scale. It's the smallest slice of time possible, 5.39 times 10 to the power minus 44. You can't slice time thinner than that, according to Planck, modern physics. But 2500 years ago, the Abhidhamma called this Shana, the moment. They calculated that a mind moment lasts about Laksha Ninahuta, which means 10 to the power minus 42. You can Google right now. A human can make 5 blinks of an eye for a second. So there is approximately 5 times 10 to the power minus 42 per second, very close to Planck's scale. They realized that consciousness or mind isn't a thing. It's a rapid fire machine gun of discrete action moments, rising, existing and vanishing, rising, existing, vanishing, billions of times a second. So why does this matter? Because it changes everything about who you are. If time is just a filing system your brain created to organize chaos, and if the present dies billions of times a second, then the you that started watching this video, they are dead. They are gone. A new you is here right now, listening to this sentence, and this is the ultimate reality, ultimate freedom. You aren't trapped by your past because that person doesn't exist anymore. You are being born again, freshly, right now,